What's up? How's it going? How my special subs doing today? What's up, Bob? I'm good. How are you? I know you're probably cold. Who else is in here? I bet you are cold. Look, I'm wearing short sleeves. This is called sauce. I can't put it down.
Mail, motherfucker!
I always get messages at the perfect time. Who all is in here waiting for people to get in? I have a bunch of flavors to make juice, but I'm just too lazy to do it. Okay. Hello, hello. Oh, I feel great. Happier. If that's what you're referring to. Yeah, it popped up on my phone. Bob, I saw it. Thank you. Hey, Chris, how you doing? Blue Moon, I'm doing great, man. I'm much happier. Did you guys catch that live of the CVT transmission that I did. Man, I'm so much happier where I'm at now. I don't feel like a robot. So I didn't get a chance to film it putting it back in because it was a lot to do. And I showed you guys the sensors on the side of the transmission and the one up on the back side. So I put everything back together and I go to reprogram the transmission control module, and I got all these codes. I had to erase the EEPROM, the programmable memory, basically, because it's a brand new transmission. So I have to calibrate it and tell the car that it has a new one. And these codes would not go away at all. So finally I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go to lunch. I'll look at it when I come back. While I'm at lunch, I'm like, I bet I forgot to plug something in. Sure enough, that one that's on the back side, I forgot to plug it in. Plug it in, the codes go away, and it calibrates just fine. Typical. The one easiest thing is the one you always forget. Well, the way they do theirs, like when you get a new one, it comes with all the plugs and stuff and seals because it comes with fluid in it. And so I took all that out, transferred it to the core so I could turn the core in, do the paperwork, turn the core in. But the connectors for the electrical connectors have these little watertight seals like inside of them. And I just totally forgot about the plug. I just raised it back up and plugged it in, and it was fine. But today I was super duper busy. Yes, you are correct. So y'all know AJ, he works with me. He worked with me at Carmax too. He diagnosed one today, and we went through the pinpoint test. It literally took about 0.5 seconds to diagnose this thing. Got the codes out of the computer, went over there and looked everything up, followed the little tree, replaced CVT transmission. So he's got to do one on that. Then he has another one that he's got to do. He's got to replace the
Hey,
sump.
ass butt.
That's my boss texting me, sorry.
Hey, ass butt.
Okay, I will bring it in tomorrow. But yeah, actually those CVTs aren't too bad to do, man. Chapter transmissions are horrible. The CVT wasn't that bad, man. I thought it was going to be a nightmare, but it really wasn't. That was my first one on a Nissan, but I bet I can do another one in half the time it took me to do this one. Hey, Lisa. How you doing? Is it cold where you're at? I don't like them. I don't like any CVT transmissions. They're not very well designed. I mean, if you think about it, the technology behind it, I get what they're trying to do with it, but it's just not very reliable. Even if you do all the flushes and stuff on it like you're supposed to.
Hello,
It's just not reliable at all. They judder a lot. The belt on them, they'll get wear where it sits in between the two pulleys. The valve bodies go bad. Short term trim at 10%, long term at 25%. Are you looking at the fuel trims on your Lincoln? Is it at operating temperature? What made you want to look at fuel trims, Bob? You having an issue going on? But no, when he comes back to that question, no, I don't like any of the TBTs. The valve bodies go bad, like I said, and then the two pulleys, the fluid actually pushes the pulleys back and forth to put pressure on the belt. The belt actually gets a lot of wear on it. That thing will start juddering and slipping, and it there's supposed to be like a timer for fluid change on it, but nobody ever makes it that far. It's like 210,000, and I've asked a couple of the master techs, and it's not miles. We don't know if it's like time or what, but I'll have to do some more digging on the program that they use to find out what that 210 is for. I just know when you recalibrate it, everything is zero, telling the car that it has new transmission put in. I am going to step inside. The wind is blowing. So, kind of an update. Sorry, my vape's in your face. So, some of you guys knew, and some of you didn't, that I was a technician at Carmax. And the problem with that, sorry, phone. Let me turn my flash on. There we go. The problem with being a technician at Carmax is, yes, they pay you pretty good hourly. It's actually one of the highest, but you're hourly and you get your 40 hours a week or your 80 hours every 2 weeks because they pay every 2 weeks. That's it. You may get 5 or 10 hours overtime. So you're not really getting flag hours. So if you keep track of what you flagged, say you did 120 hours in a pay period, but you're only getting paid for your 80. So that's 40 hours that they made off of you. And not only that, they want efficiency rate. They want you at 91% or higher every day. So if you have customers cancel appointments, if there's no state inspections, if you live in a state that does state inspections, or they call it groundwork, where it's cars that need to be looked at to fix, if there's none of that, your efficiency goes down. And then they tell you to go see your advisor. The advisor will look for work. She doesn't have any, she'll send you to the manager. Manager sends you right back to the advisor, and then it's still the technician's fault that your efficiency is below 91%. And that really got on my nerves. There was a bunch of other things that were happening involved too, but you just feel like a robot, and you don't really do any major diagnosing or major repairs or anything like that. If it's major, they'll send it to the dealer. So it's just, they're basically glorified oil changers. Nothing against oil changers. Basically glorified oil changers, and pull a code out of a computer, put that part on it, or pull the code out of the computer and send it to the dealership. That's basically how they do it. So is it worth being there? No, not really. It's not. It's like Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, but it's like I said, you feel like a robot. There's somebody always on you. It's all about numbers. So they have two different kinds of stores. They have satellite stores and production stores. Production stores is like if you sell a car to them, then it goes to a production store where they look at it, fix it, and send it off to another store to be sold. And then a satellite store is when people buy one, they buy their service contract or whatever, and you fix it. I was at a satellite store. It's not what they make it out to be. There's always a manager or somebody up your butt. I mean, my manager was cool, but you have like a store manager, a service operations manager, an inventory manager, detail manager, business office manager. There's like 15 managers, and it's stupid. They don't keep parts in stock. They have to order everything. So if you're doing an oil change, sometimes you may have to wait for like 2 hours to get an oil filter. Remember the brake line that I had to do on the Mustang? Got 17 GT with the track pack. I waited for 2.5 weeks for a brake line. Then they finally got me one, and it was wrong. But now that I'm not with them anymore, I did take a job at Nissan as a technician, and I've been pretty busy these past 3 days. I like it much, much better. So what kind of questions you got? Oh, there's my, couldn't see the, I couldn't see the comments popping up. Okay, all right, here we go. Oh, you're like an operating system. Sorry guys, I'm going back. Hang on. Yeah, your excessive fuel consumption there, Bob. Your fuel trim shouldn't be like that. Most miles I saw on a CVT transmission, Chris, working here at Nissan, the one that I just did only had 111,000 miles on it. Yeah, you may have a leaking injector or something's going on. I would take it over to Rich and have him look at it, bro.
Hey, ass butt.
Does Carmax take in customer work? They take in. One of my buddies came and got a state inspection from me. If that's what you mean by customer, or are you asking if they you have to buy a car from them to get it? Because a lot of their stuff is just extended warranty through Carmax. Yes, I am making money being busy. Am I leaving NC trouble? Um, we plan on it, yes. Nissans compared to Fords as far as working on them, they're actually not too bad. Been trying. Yeah, he's a busy guy, Bob. I can look into it. You said your field terms was 10 and 25 on long term, 10 on short term, and your fuel mileage went down 7 mpgs. Back to leaser, how do Nissans compare to Fords as far as working on them? Well, that was my first Nissan transmission that I did, and it paid 10.2 hours. I had it done minus the whole forgetting to plug something in to clear codes. It took me right at 7.5. So it's not that bad. Unless it's a Altima or something like that, you have to drop the subframe down. That one pays a little bit more. How much did the transmission cost? It was customer pay on this one, and the total bill was like $4,800. Yeah, we're only a couple cents behind you, Bob. Hey, Andals, what time is it? Oh shit! I got your phone right here. Hang. 7:50. All right.
What?
I was just wondering. I think gas here is like 380 something. Um, who cleans it? We try to kind of clean up as we go.
Hey.
Kind of go out the day. At the end of the day, I'll kind of sweep my area, but we'll pull the trash cans out, and there's like a cleaning crew that comes in there at night. I think that was actually dirty when you saw it the other day, because the dude across from me down a little bit, he did an engine in a Titan, so he had parts everywhere. I think he did an engine and he did brakes. It was like a 22-hour ticket. $5 for regular gas? Man, I'd be riding a bicycle. Yeah, the shop's pretty cool. When I first got there, they showed me around. I was like, man, this shop's awesome. I like how the lifts come out of the ground. You just drive over it. I literally had a F-250 in there today, a 2018. While Rich was live, he was doing some seat heaters or something like that, and I happened to be doing the seat covers on the cushion and the center console. But like, I just pulled it in and just drove it, literally just drove it over the lift. I do have spline wrenches. Nothing like that shop around here. That's one of the nicer shops I've been in. The Toyota dealership. I have two buddies that work over at Toyota. Their shop is about the same, tile floors and everything. Dirt my fingernails. I hate that. Uh, it depends on what you're trying to take off. I think they're about the same, if you ask me. They have their pros and cons. It depends on what you're taking off. CVT transmissions, they're doing it for like fuel economy and shifting, shift wise. Um, I don't think it's necessary to make them. I don't know why they don't do a different design. That's by engineers who get paid way more money than I do. They used to not have the CVTs, and then they came out with them, and they had a bunch of issues with them. The newer ones, not a whole lot of issues. They kind of redesigned the pulley system on the inside and the valve body. I would just rather have just regular transmission like Ford does without the Chevrolet internals. The 6R80 transmission from Ford, that thing is like bulletproof. Yeah. I did smash my finger though. I don't know if you can see it. Like right there. Using the spline wrench. It's like swollen too. It seems like the Altimas go through wheel bearings too, front wheel bearings. I'm cutting off. Can you still hear me? You know the bad thing is? I had gloves on. But that F-250, it had the 6.7 diesel in it. It was a customer bought it. It'd been there for like 3 weeks, and nobody wanted to do the seat covers, or the center console, or the oil change. I did it, and my gloves ripped, and I got diesel oil all over me. It was literally like, yeah, see, it was ran down my arm. It's exactly what it's like. Only it uses the fluid to push the pulleys. It doesn't use centrifugal force. It has a little pump that pushes fluid against it, depending on what gear it's in. Yeah, the 6R80 from Ford, that thing is awesome. The 10R80, which is what's in the Ranger and stuff like that, there's been a few issues with some of them. I actually had to get mine reprogrammed, transmission control module. That was back August, September. But I would rather much go into a manual transmission instead of the automatic transmissions. Automatic transmissions, there's a lot of drums and clutch packs in there and gears and the valve body. Manual transmissions, just basically 2 shafts with a bunch of gears and synchronizers and shift forks. So I got about 2 more minutes and I need to go pick up my wife. You guys got any other questions? Yep. Standard transmission, never go wrong. You have to replace the clutch every now and then. Replace the clutch and turn the flywheel, or replace the flywheel at the same time. Put a new clutch in it, new pressure plate, good to go. Well, that all comes as one piece, but hey, you boys got shoes on still?
Yeah.
All right, we gotta go get mommy.
Okay.
Left foot gas pedal. Most of mine were manuals. Much easier to work on the transmission in the manual anyway. Yeah, see? Just a normal wear and tear. You replace the clutch one time in 500 something thousand miles. Instead of replacing the whole transmission at 100,000 miles or 60,000 miles. Yeah, I do gotta go get my wife. I can't be late for that. But I appreciate you guys tuning in, and we will definitely gonna try to go live tomorrow if I'm caught up. See if I can do some like wheel bearings or something for you guys. See if I got anything going on or a diag. Hey, thanks, Chris. Bob, I will look into the fuel trims for you, see what's going on, okay? Always, Lisa. Again, I appreciate you guys checking it out. Thanks for joining the live stream, and I will see if I can get something going for you guys in the morning or tomorrow afternoon, okay? I love y'all, and I'll catch you on the next one.